Well, hello, everybody. We're up to episode 291. I mean, that 287 up there throws me off, but yes, 291. And for anybody who's watching the video, startup video, that giant dragon or whatever that Moto had built, it was at Chicago last year, that glowed in the dark, is now gone. We took it apart. So those are some lasting images. I told him, I said, hey, well, it lives, currently forever in the startup video right now. So, but it's in the dark, but Mr. Snavely is in the house. Robert Escobar show is in the house. So, yep. So for tonight, I didn't really bring much. I was going to maybe play with my Weeping Willows. And of course, everybody, if anybody hasn't been following, it is currently day 16 of the missing delivered medium flat rate box of Pick a Brick from the West Coast. Is still missing. So post office has lost it. I need to file a claim. I didn't get to it this afternoon, but yeah. So, but I did order, and that's kind of what scares me, because I got that huge Pick a Brick order that cannot be replicated from when Pick a Brick was just retired last month. So if that order goes missing, yeah, the post office is going to have. I'll be camping out in their parking lot for a very long time because that would not be happy, because that stuff actually that's the stuff. This stuff I ordered the my tree is falling apart, but my Weeping Willow had these the vine things, and they were, and the dark green ones just got. The dark green one of the long beam with the circle just got retired, so that's what I had ordered. I think a couple hundred, 100 or 200, probably 200 of them. I mean, each willow tree I think uses probably close to 25 or 30. I think I had like 50 of the brown ones from a lug bulk order. So I might be playing with my trees and trying to figure out how many parts it'll take to build them. So
I have a tree that I might pop open. Black Friday deal, Avatar with this crazy pink chain tree or whatever it is. It's got some goofy Avatar characters that could be elvish in nature for our critical thinking. So, and a weird horse. So I think I'll pop this open. Pull some parts out. It's actually got a dragonish kind of thing too, right? That rides this thing.
Yeah, yep. It's So I mean, in the end, I actually did not get anything on Black Friday. I did not buy anything. I mean, obviously, I just spent a bunch of money on Pick a Brick and stuff. I do have that. I have that order now. I have to replace it. I got from California, which had, I think it had the candlesticks.
So, dude.
And it had the gold leaves like this. It had the gold leaves, the 2x2 leaves that have recently shown up on the walls. So it had a whole bag of those, and then a bag of 1x2 translucent light blue bricks. So, but just kind of devastating that they lost a package, after marking it delivered in their own building. That's kind of wow. Didn't think. I don't think I could do that if I tried. So yeah, I think I kind of like the tree. It's got a nice, I remember having a willow tree in my backyard as a kid. It kind of definitely has that look of a nice kind of willow tree, something to kind of hide under. So yeah, I mean, well, I know I saw Larry posting some stuff about Costco and stuff. I don't have a membership.
Yeah.
So he saw some stuff. Jude is here. Yeah. Ooh, yes. Those are kind of cool, actually. Those are kind of nice.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
How'd the in-person D&D go last week? It looked like it was pretty good.
Yeah, we did a Thanksgiving dinner with Strahd. Curse of Strahd. And it was a lot of fun. A lot of role play in the beginning. Threw some characters in at the end so we could have some combat.
Mm.
And, yeah, sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of, I mean, at some point, I probably need to rebuild my dice towers. I need to build something like what Larry's got. At some point, that's probably a project too.
Yeah, there's some cool parts in here.
Has been the guys for Chicago. We've been talking about the plan for this next year. So that has started I think last week, actually. Was it last week? Last week or the week before, I actually had Ralph and Chop on, and so we were discussing parts of what we were planning on doing for Chicago. I just need to figure out my 2 other people. Ooh,
That's a lot of weird wings right there.
yeah, all kind of a plexi type stuff.
Yeah, it's just that plexiglass stuff.
Yeah. Came across some of my cloth I used for capes the other day in storage. I'll have to kind of pull that out and see. Everybody said you might want some capes made, so I'll have to. I actually was kind of watching a little bit. I like kind of some of that, almost like whatever. Was it you that was building the one that had kind of actually almost like a design, and then like you could throw the stuff on the armor and stuff. That was kind of cool. I thought it was kind of nice. Just because all my figures are minifig scale, so all my creations I don't do a lot of outside of the minifig scale. So for me,
So you're talking about the D&D collab?
Yeah, I gotta. Plus, I gotta see if I'm gonna have enough gray left. I mean, this collab with Chop and those guys is huge. So for me, I'm gonna be using a lot of my gray is going into that. So I gotta see if I'll have any left over. Oh, I spilled everything.
Yeah, I keep changing my mind on how to do that thing, but I think keeping the big characters is fine. But I don't know if we can do the caverns and the stacked stuff, because I got one built, but you put something on top of it and you can't really see what's in there very good.
Well, unless there was a way to light it, you have to almost have it lit. You have to have it lit in a way that actually would still be mood lighting and actually be effective. I mean, that's kind of. I'm sure that's what you'd be looking for. Is you'd want it to be, if you're going to have lighting, it'd have to be good lighting, but also lighting that actually would look authentic within a dungeon, which really probably wouldn't show off the stuff underneath very well, because you just have candles scattered and stuff like that in dungeons. So yeah, I mean you're right. The kicker, it's like you're right, figuring out how to do it. I mean, and just stretched out. I mean,
or we just not stack it and leave it more visible, and I think that might be the way to go.
Do what? Just flat?
Not stack it. Just leave. My original idea was just a floor and a wall, not above ground levels. And I think that idea is cool, but I think will actually be hard to see everything. So
Johnny G, Jesse is building a set from Avatar. Yeah, I brain fart for a moment. I'm just playing with some of my leaf stuff. I actually had one of my willow trees got more parts kind of on order, kind of with discontinuation of pick-a-brick parts. And so I'm just going to play with some stuff with that tonight, maybe sort a little bit. We have D&D too, so I mean, I don't really have a lot of stuff to play with. So
Mark, dude, Johnny G, Jeff's neighbor.
Been doing lots of crafting lately, lots of Minecraft. Stumbled on Mr. Clicking Cliff's idea of mining last night when I was looking for stuff. I was like, ooh. Went up the top. I was like, oh, this is Cliff. Okay, cool. Ended up in Cliff's castle. So
yeah.
So we'll so I don't know, just kind of building. I'm trying to get motivated storage. I mean, the weather kind of is changing, and so I need to still need to keep working on trying to make sure my storage is a fine temperature for working. I have a heater behind me, which is fine, so that kind of helps. But so, that is the kicker.
Yep, winter is here.
And plus being motivated to build. So, I mean, I started building some stuff and then kind of lost interest for a little bit. So now trying to get back to that. And probably once I know what's everybody on board is doing, then it would be easier to do that. I still have 2 people that I have not heard back from. That are they still planning to be part of the collab, and how much space they need. That's kind of the kicker is, so I know how much I need to build. I know how much I want to build. But
yeah.
Yeah,
I signed up for Brick World Chicago, so I got my name in the registration slot at least. I still don't know, other than the D&D collab, I think will be all I bring, actually. It's a light load.
Yeah, I am registered.
All my city stuff before, so I'm going to leave my Marvels and my DC stuff in the train museum or at home, and try to work on something D&D. That's about it.
Yeah, I got my hotel, but like there is that event. There's something going on Wednesday, so I have the block for Thursday through Monday, and then I had to call and get the Wednesday, but the Wednesday night is double the block rate. So, but I was looking at other hotels too. There's some other neat ones around there. There's some even kind of by the mall, but I don't know.
Yeah.
One of them I think you have to actually even pay up, which is kind of a nice one. And there's some nice ones, nice kind of suite style rooms that actually have bigger like sofa beds and 2 beds and stuff where you could actually get practically an army in there if you needed to.
Yep. Yeah, you don't have to stay at the hotel. There's surrounding hotels.
Yeah, I usually have stayed there at Renaissance. I think I stayed 1 year not. And it just depends on, I guess it depends on the roommate situation. Do I have a roommate? Where do they want to stay? That's kind of, that's trying to figure out,
Trying to figure that out too.
Yeah, trying to figure out who are they just coming with themselves? Are you bringing a significant other? You bringing kids? Who's coming? Who wants to share rooms? That's kind of, even though it's still 6 months out, or actually now, 5 months out now. We're already into December, so it's about 6 months out. It's like this is the time you start thinking because you want to get your rooms. Because if you wait too long, well, then you got 1 bed and everybody's sleeping on the floor, or you've got 2. So you want to start planning ahead for rooms. It can always change, but you can always cancel the reservation. You just want to make sure you start planning early for that.
Denmark, I see your suggestion there. Cubert level style, like stack it like a pyramid of habitats. Yeah, just at a large scale, not minifig scale. I don't know. I'll think about that, but then it gets weak in the back. You can see more in because you're stacking it different, not on top of each other. So I like that idea, but I think I just want to keep it simple.
Yeah. That then also too, if you're doing Cubert too, then stuff that get farther and farther back is harder and harder to see, and so.
I know a bunch of people want to try to collab with, and I need to get the ball rolling on that. So I got a prototype, and I guess the next step I need to do really is to start a Discord server. So we're talking about it, and we have a space to talk about it.
Yep. Well, like you said, once it's kind of or at least once the discussions start and everything, then you kind of get plan. Or if people have ideas for stuff, then they can then they need to be, if there's someone who wants to, I guess, say buck the system. Well, build multiple levels and try it like what you're doing and try to think about it before, because like if you suggest it, but if you haven't done it, you might not realize that hey, the farther back you get, those are going to be harder and harder to see. If they're higher up, it's just, so.
Yeah, I think I can welcome it, but I can't. It's hard for me to think about coordinating it because I don't know. I just keep messing around with the scale. Actually, I still don't know exactly what I want to do.
Yeah. I mean, that's how any great collaboration is. You're always just like with the stuff I'm working with. It's kind of, even though I'm, have that idea out there, it's making sure everybody's on board. I mean, so far, everybody I've kind of talked to likes the idea where we're headed. It's just, does everybody have enough brick to do what we're doing? So that's kind of, when you're talking multiple levels, it gets, you're talking, let me say, 14 inches height difference between low table and high table. So that's some height. That's a lot of brick. I think it's 25 bricks difference between height. And that's where I think, like, I watched Mark's show on Sunday, and that's where they also talked about that. Kind of came up in discussion. When you're building elevation changes, there's the people who say only Lego, or the people who say we'll use foam or use this. It's like, how do you do it, and how do you decide? So, but I think what I'm building, it's got to be all Lego, because it's all going to be it's going to be just that lower level, but you're building to support anything above it, at the standard ground level, so tunnels and stuff like that. So, look for something that I can't remember. I was looking for my picture. And my picture for height difference. I think I took a picture. Oh, that's what I was going to do tonight. I forgot. I got space looking at the internet. I wanted to get some stuff out on Facebook Marketplace. I wanted to revamp my listing. What is that? I think it is. I have a lot of 2 by 3 by or 2 by 2 by 3s in terms of bricks and stuff. So I think that's what I was using. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 12 times 3, so 36 blocks, 36 bricks is the difference between table heights. That's some height. What's everybody up to in the chat tonight? Yeah. Yeah, he's saying not 8 or 9 through 4. It depends on how many people want to do it. Mark, that's where it kind of comes in. It's like how many people jump on. I mean, obviously, if it's everybody within the bricks, I mean, that we got 7 or 8 right there, or 9, or whatever, just within all that. So,
well, Troy and Alicia are not going to Chicago.
Oh. They can always build something and ship it. We could rebuild it on site. It's easy. True. But you're right. Then it's just whoever.
Well, it changes the dynamic of collaborations for sure.
Yeah. Who wants? Yeah. Who's going? I mean, well, like you said, if they let's say you talk about, but they build. So let's say you go to, if you want to go to Salt Lake or Rick's Cascade or something on the West Coast, then if they were going to drive up to something like that, then they've got modules for something like that. Like you said.
Yeah.
Like you said, if you have the collab.
The base idea, though, of I like our Critical Bricks party to be present and build their characters, and if the whole Chaos crew isn't there, then or a fraction of. I mean, we can always have 1 or 2 missing, but
that's true. I guess it just yeah.
I don't know. It just changes the dynamic of like we're not dialed in yet. I just envisioned a scene that had all the Critical Bricks crew, and that's not happening. But we can invite a bunch of random people to join in and just display their characters side by side, and it'll all be D&D, but It won't all be critical bricks. So.
Larry has a wife's Christmas party tonight, so he will not be here. Mr. Wagner, I don't know. He could be hanging with his kids, whatnot. So in the end, I'm not his babysitter or whatnot. So I mean, if he shows up, he shows up. Otherwise, it's the terrific twosome tonight.
Yeah,
it's the magic users tonight. Zach, the Great Warlock, and my cop, the Magnificent. So I mean, you know, we're gonna be dealing magic tonight. So you know, magic damage. So be careful. You just never know. I need to have some of those kind of cool things I see on some of the other streams, just like where the screen can just kind of suddenly have an explosion or something inside. I need to figure out how to do that. Probably a way to do it with my OBS, but play with that. See.
So if you build the
I've been waiting for me to show up and babysit my kids. I don't know about that. That's a long drive up there. Well, what's the going rate for babysitting? You know, it's a long drive. Chop's a little bit closer. He could probably come up and babysit. How bad could that get? Come on. We'll teach him about some serious, really good building. Give him some good building skills, some Lego or sorting skills. Mad sorting skills. That means Kevin is listening, so we can't talk bad about Kevin now because we know he's in the chat. So. Thanks for letting us know, Kevin. So now we will know one person not to talk bad about.
All right.
It's true. That, or I guess, like you said, it also same rate for Larry to deliver, $100. Wow. That's probably possible. I mean, that's
there you go.
Hard. It's just kind of hard for Friday night unless I'm doing on location. But I probably need a newer laptop for that.
When you're not watching the kids.
Yeah. Well, we'll be doing painting faces or whatnot. You know, we'll be doing some fun stuff, some crafts, maybe some board game playing or something. You know.
Munchkin.
I got lots of Lego. I got lots of the Lego games. You can be playing games, Lego-based games. Okay, how many of these I got? I don't know where these came from. These must have come from project support or something. I don't know. Kevin, did we have the small limb pieces on the project support? I don't know. I have a bunch of them here. They came from Lug Bolt or something. I don't know where the heck they came from. I have a bag of them, and there's not a number on the bag telling me how many are in the bag, so they have not been counted yet. I can tell you that. So we count all my stuff. At some point, it'll eventually make it up to the Bricklink.
I haven't used Bricklink. I logged in and did the password change.
Well, I used it. I started using it for inventory back in the day. I used Brickset too, and actually Brickset is outdated because it's got a bunch of sets on there that I no longer own. In the agents area, because I've been selling some stuff, and so I was I pulled. Ralph likes the Hurricane Heist set from Agents, and so I found my two of them. One of them was open, and so I opened the other one that was sealed, and was counting. Going bag to bag, and so my bag 2 and my bag 3 or 4 had a small bag inside of it, and both those bags are missing from the open one, and it's all a bunch of Technic stuff, so I gotta dig all that out. But I'll have one to sell them, and my brick set says I had 4 at one point, so I'm trying to figure out if I sold one or if I parted one out or whatnot. So that's the problem. Is my record keeping has never been the greatest.
Yeah, I don't know any records. It's just a pile of bricks here and there.
I started a spreadsheet in 2011, but never quite finished it. But I mean, I have all the receipts, and I started scanning those at one point. But I've had a couple corrupted pen drives over the time, and I think some of those receipts and stuff ended up on one of those. But the problem is receipts don't last forever. That's the other thing. But
got a backlog that would be a good idea to just maybe log in the backlog.
yeah, I mean, basically, my goal was to use Bricklink for parts. I guess I was using it for everything if it's back in the day, just because it was convenient. I just used it to catalog stuff. I mean, I had a store. I sold stuff at one point because I parted out some like Indiana Jones sets and whatnot back in the day before I worked for Lego. And then when I noticed that Hinkle's store had hired someone and not me, I was like, "Hey, Kevin, I thought you guys were going to hire me." He's like, "Oh yeah, but don't you still have a Bricklink store open?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, but that takes all of about 2 seconds to close that." So I went home that night and closed it. I hired a couple weeks later. I mean, I've always had it. It's just been closed pretty much nonstop since 2009 when I got hired. I mean, I think I opened it a little bit in like maybe 18 or 19, just to see. But I had problems where people wanted to buy it, and because of the weights and all that stuff, it was just a lot of extra work. I always missed the old days where it would just be like, just this is what you want to buy. Okay, let me tell you how much shipping is. I'll send you an invoice, just the old-fashioned way. But I had problems getting that to work or revert back to that, so I just kind of closed the store again and pretty much just used Facebook Marketplace. I did the buy-sell trade up in Green Bay. That was okay. Didn't sell a lot, and I actually I needed to have, Kevin knows, I needed Scott to be there in the early one, and I would have changed my pricing for this one. I didn't price for the audience is what I did. So I priced for the wrong audience.
Yeah.
So I didn't sell as much. Yeah, but then again, nobody really. It's weird that, I mean, on Facebook, I get everybody just saying, "Well, how about this?" or "How about that?" And yet, in real life, nobody was saying, "I like this. Would you do 70? Would you do, I mean, that's kind of what I'd love that people do. Because, I mean, in the end, if you throw out a number that's realistic that I maybe, because those are the prices that I want.
Put OBO after your price.
I guess, yeah. I have really small tags, though. I'll have to get some bigger ones. I miss the days when they Post-it notes actually had the really cool star shape. I have a few of those floating around, but I think that's what a lot of people did, is just they did just Post-its. And I think some people did have that, the number and then OBO, and I just forget sometimes to do that. All my tags were really small. A lot of them were still left over from Chicago. But even there, nobody really was like, "Well, would you do this?" I think that's kind of the mentality these days is, if somebody's got a price on it, it's probably what they would really like. But, as long as you don't go crazy low, I mean, somebody might still say, yeah, and that's usually what I sometimes will do. I have a guy that I still got to contact, say if he's still interested in some of the Speed Champion cars, because I did not take a picture of them to relist. So he messages the guy and say, "Are you still up for these?" There's still a few of the 6Y I just want to get rid of. And then it looks like the 8Ys are starting to go on sale, some of them. So I might have to snag up a few more of those guys. There's a couple I'm still missing, but that's the only reason I kind of like brick set for at least set collection, is because then I can just kind of look while I'm in the store or at the buy sell trade and go, "Oh, okay, I don't have that set." The only problem is if you don't update it, like I forgot to do from the last buy sell trade, I forgot that I actually already had a set. Like, oh, good news, I got 2 of that one now. Oh, Jeff, yeah, $1 for the whole collection. That's followed by 6 zeros, right? You meant 1 million, right? Instead of $1.
1M.
1M, or like one HT 100,000. $1's not going to get you much. $1 might get you a few Lego might get you a few 1x2 clear plates. Might be able to part with a few of those for $1. Oh, so how's How's that build coming, Jesse? Fun?
Um,
No.
hold on. I'm playing with the camera right now.
Oh.
I got a couple. I got the first book done, which is just some scenery.
How's that new laptop working out?
That's what I want to try out here. I'm going to put my secondary camera on and play around with the possibility of having split screens.
I know I use
again, and then I can be on there and the map be on there. And that was part of buying a new computer.
I was gonna say maybe see if it's a Mac, right? See if they have OBS for Mac. I'm guessing they probably do. I mean, that's what I use, where I have the different setups, where I actually have I can do the different screens and the different. This one's got 2 cameras. This one's got that's my FNB build. It's got an extra camera focused at. This could be the D&D one too. But, I'm gonna figure out what we're doing.
Well, let's research it a little. I didn't even think of that. What app to use?
There's a couple out there. I mean, OBS I think is the one that has all the a lot of bells and whistles. But there's a couple out there. There's a lot out there because it depends on also how you're streaming. I think some of the ones where if you're streaming by yourself, some of the other ones have maybe more bells or whistles. Wish Mr. Hinkle was in the chat tonight. He'd probably be a good one for that too, because he's doing the Twitter and stuff. So, and he's by himself generally most of the time. I'm not sure what he has running in the background. I'm not sure if he's in the chat.
Well, the first thing I was going to try is just doing 2 cameras like in 2 windows, so I wouldn't need OBS for that. Because what you're doing, splitting your screen there into so many little parts, that doesn't favor what I'm thinking.
That's what I was going. I do 2 cameras like that. And I got
well, I should try it, huh? You can try OBS.
Could. I mean, that's what I use, and it just has the different scenes. I mean, it was OBS, and then there was something else I had too, but the other one I had didn't. The other one I was struggling with. What was it? OBS, and then.
Well, if I just leave this this way, I can just grab it.
I had something else at one point too, and it wasn't working very well, or it had problems. That's not Zoom. I had a different program too that I was trying to use and it didn't work.
Let's just put that camera right there. Let's do settings, and there's a different camera. So I can do that. Then I can actually show what I'm building, because I can't, the other camera's mounted to the iMac, so I can't really move the monitor around.
No, yeah.
And I might get a better camera, but actually that one's not too bad. The definition seems about the same. The 720, pretty high quality there. So yeah, I built this guy and a little horse. And that's what I got so far. You can still hear me, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're probably still using whatever mic was original. Whatever mic you were using didn't change.
Yeah, that'll be the next experiment. Is I'm going to pop in another tab and see if I can get the settings right for no echo, which is always a challenge.
Yeah.
Because I'll have to put headphones on so that the audio doesn't come through at all through the computer. Yeah, willow tree, huh?
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could see. I can sometimes mount it on the. I can mount it on the dice towers. They'll actually work on there occasionally. Okay, so I counted these.
Let me get my headphones. Pretty sure I'm gonna have to do headphones.
Yeah. The other thing too is, Jeff, too, with all that too, to actually use like the programs like that to get like higher than even 720 for like StreamYard, you got to pay more money.
Yeah, you have to pay more money to upload higher quality in StreamYard. Yeah. And I'm already paying for StreamYard.
Yeah, so I'm paying right now for 720 and 10 seats. I don't want to have to pay even more for 1080. I mean, it's Lego. I mean, you get the gist. I mean, we're not really showing something that's so high tech that, you know, I mean, and that's why our cameras try to focus when they can. If we're showing something that's really, really, you know, technically savvy. Otherwise, generally does what it does. You can tell what, you know, you can basically tell what it is, and that's kind of the goal. You're right. 4K. I mean, now granted, if we weren't going through StreamYard and I was going straight through OBS or something, which, you know, I have on the machine and I'm paying for or whatever, I could maybe do whatever quality I want. But then how do I get other people to join me and stuff? That's the stuff I haven't mastered. I mean, I basically tried all the different platforms we did. It was a Google Hangouts, and then I went to Zoom, tried that before pandemic, and then that started lagging. Went to, I think, here, and this is where I've been ever since. So, you know, 10's enough. I mean, you know, Zoom would let you do up to like 100, but I mean, I don't think I ever got to like beyond like 14. So, and I send out 40 or 50 invites a week, and I don't think we've hit 8 or 10 in many eons. So, 72-hour streaming sometimes hit, but.
All right. Headphones on. Can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear you? Yep.
Okay. So that worked.
Yeah, because I got a pair of headphones too sitting around here somewhere too that I sometimes use. I got the.
I'm going to mute myself here as I try to pop into twice.
Tanya recommended the HyperX ones, so I bought a pair of the Bluetooth HyperX ones years ago. But with my mom, sometimes it's hard. I mean, I could probably wear them like once she's in bed. But so maybe all I'll do is take apart these other trees, these old pine trees that I might just try and take apart. I think that saw it at one of the train shows. I think it was something like one of the Anthony Saya or something. Saya. Something I saw through one of his train layouts one year. With the stems poking outwards. These guys with the weird. So I'm gonna take those apart. Not really using trees right now yet. Might actually still use them in the new thing, but the black will look a little weird. Probably that's why I've got the brown. It's like so many different parts, so many projects, so many different parts. Plus, I have the other collab I got to start building at some point. I got to get my build table cleared off. That's why I took pictures with my project board. One of the Walmarts I stopped at was selling project board, and so I bought some project board a while back, and I use it for my backdrop for taking pictures. And so I kind of using that. So I cleared some space, moved all those sets somewhere. So. More build space is always needed. So, yep. So, yep, we'll put that on the screen, Jeff. Cool. These things are not going to be fun to take apart. You know, they figured out a good way to take the stems apart when they're poked together with the nice spoke in them. So, I guess I'll probably twist. Lego's gonna have to make a stem removal part with the brick separator. So Lego, we need a stem removal part somehow. So I have a razor blade, but I don't know if that is actually probably a good thing to be using with Lego. Might cut myself. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Oh, there you go. You're muted. Just yours.
Yeah. So, is there an echo?
I don't hear one.
Not really.
I don't hear one.
I can hear myself, which is kind of weird.
That's because you got the speaker on. Probably.
Yeah.
Do you have the speaker for the laptop still on? Maybe.
Got double speakers going into this thing. Let me see if on this tab maybe I change.
Probably, yeah. But yes, and you got 2 tabs coming in. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't.
How did you even do that? That's pretty wild.
I just logged in on 2 windows.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that too. Yeah, but that actually works pretty good. That works. My computer probably wouldn't handle it. I barely have enough problems with one.
That's what happened. I was doing this and my computer couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I need a new one. I need a Ryzen 9, but I'll have to sell some Lego to get that. Actually, I'm gonna probably sell Lego for my first time to actually buy computer stuff.
Here we go. Okay.
Mayo's here. Hey, Mayo. Hey, Zizu's here. Hey, welcome. I don't know, Zizu, have you playing any craft lately? I was in there the other night. Mike actually was in there. He didn't say anything, he didn't type, so I don't know what's going on, but he was in there.
Can I just...
I'm working on acquiring lots of gold, trying to make rails out to the place that Haley and I found, the ancient city, so which is 4,000 blocks away from town. So yes, and it's taking some time to get track and stuff.
What I need this thing to do.
Oh, these things are not. You build these trees, folks. If you build these trees, enjoy. You get taking them apart is not going to be fun.
Hello.
You might actually have to just switch the black for brown and just abort the full.
Can you hear me, Reed?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if I did the setting. So I changed the audio on the second camera speakers to some USB audio thing, which
Mail, I take that must have come out today or whatever. I did not buy it.
I did.
Oh, you did? I don't.
There's one in my order summary. It is being shipped. I did not go to the store, so I do not have it in hand. A friend from the museum is probably going to the Mall of America store and bringing one to the museum tomorrow, if not 2. I can wait until it ships, but it looks great and can't wait. Definitely will not let that one sit in my backlog.
That one's one of those ones that maybe I might end up with, but it's not like everybody knows. I don't have a city or anything, so in the end, it's one of those things where
there we go.
It's a neat set, Definitely, if it's definitely motorizable, then it's definitely something I probably need to get. If it's the Emerald Knight of the current thing, then it's probably worth having. It's if it's going to be because it's got more cars, so it's better than the Emerald Knight. If it replaces that, then it'll be a must buy for anybody who even just hankers a little bit about trains. So, it's something everybody's been kind of waiting on. So, one that actually would move, unlike the ones that they do that you can't move.
Yeah, we'll motorize it for sure. One way or another, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe it'll be one of those ones that can be motorized, kind of like even like the old days of the Emerald Knight, where you got to build a motor into the stuff. So, people are building it with me on Saturday night. Cool. I guess we know where we'll have to stop by Saturday night if we want to see Orient Express building.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, Mark, I guess it would depend on if you have a city or not. I mean, if you have a city, it might be worth kind of having at some point. But you're right. I mean, chances are it's isn't it like an idea set?
Yeah.
So it should be out for a couple of years anyways. So it's not like it's a rush to get anyways if you don't have to.
I haven't checked the site to see if it sold out or back ordered, but they let you buy 3 instead of 1 for minimum quantity.
That's kind of cool.
I was kind of surprised at that.
Yeah, it's kind of when they do that. It's kind of that opens that chance to where it could end up.
But I could see where people want a longer train, so they're going to buy more just for the cars.
Yeah. I mean, that would be where I would almost think that's where we go into those discussions, of the good old days where why not just sell, extra, no, don't sell the locos, maybe sell just extra cars. Just have a set for an extra car, or maybe a different car, maybe a dining car or a baggage car, just like the Santa Fe's. Sell the set and just don't have an extra engine by itself, but have extra cars, and you're right. Then you don't have to buy the sets. You can tweak the train. That actually, and maybe that's the next great idea set. Or someone will take, one of these ideas like that and actually tweak it and say, hey, well, how about if we do this? Or Lego might have it in the works too. You never know. 6 long. Wow, that's a wide tree at the bottom. So,
two of those characters.
But yes, I understand the longer trains, which makes sense. So I just think it'd be kind of cool if they did something differently when it came to that. Mark, I'm not a super train guy, but I have a lot of train stuff because I did have the city when I was back in Denver. So I have a little bit. As I kind of mentioned on like Mark's stream the other night, I did trade away my green grocer for a Maersk train and a 9-volt World City train. And that Maersk is probably one of the ones that's probably been sold already. So I'm down to one Maersk, sealed Maersk. 2 open, 1 sealed. Definitely have lots of trains. So it's a 6. A short one, actually. Short stubby pine tree. 4. That's 5. This is 4. That's good. Yeah. Do you have trains running in your city, or is your city all bus and walk traffic? Let's see, this is short. Let's do this. Let's take this apart. Nice thing is they've done they had that one cool little scooter kit for like $15 or something at one point. The electric scooters, that was a cool set. That'd be kind of cool for a city, doing a city with a bunch of those. I think I bought a couple of that set just because of that. Scooters are cool. Scooters are good. If anybody saw the movie The Last Chase, old one with who was the $6 Million Man? Lee Majors. That was a good movie, The Last Chase, where the society had a war of some kind, and they were on bikes, except for him, who kept his race car from his racing days. Cool. There we go. That looks much better with brown. Cool. I got my Christmas tree. I'm set. Christmas tree. I'm done. Let's go decorate it. My mom did get a new Christmas tree, so we got 8 watching. Well, we do have one. Wondering if our fan is in his skybox watching us while doing some work at his drawing table. These I get over 300 of these. Pretty much good for trees or I guess stoplights, I guess. Jesse's gonna make me want to do a full screen for me building too, I bet. I guess that'd be a way to fill 10 seats. Hey, everybody log in twice. We got 10 people tonight. Oh wait, we got 5 people, but we got.
Well, I don't have the YouTube open, So I don't know if I count as a person watching. I'm just in the panel twice.
Well, no, but no, I'm saying in terms of no. I'm just saying that because remember there's 10 seats in the panel, so you could actually, if everybody had two stream yards open, you can have 10 in the
Oh,
panel,
yeah. But it's
10 in the
5.
panel, but not
Yeah.
10 in the panel, but not really 10 in the panel. So that's a 4. That's a 4. That's a swing size. Okay, so.
Yeah, this works for now. So.
Now you're just gonna have to program your maybe have to mess with your layout,
Oh yeah, the stuff on the desk here. Yeah, I got a second monitor over there.
No, in terms of just the layout in the StreamYard, like the different layouts you have, if you for the different.
Oh yeah, yep. Maybe I should play with that before too. Well, I can just do that during the stream tonight because we're not gonna get into any intensive storytelling.
True, but I think as you do that, when you do a configuration, I think it actually, when you start to create a new one, I think it actually wipes out whatever I think it wipes it down to whatever you're doing. So if I create a new one, so
yeah, you gotta create a new one.
I think that's what it shows, though. I think if you're streaming, it'll actually show whatever you're working on. So trains are difficult to manage properly. Well, hey, you know what? They are fun to watch crash at train shows. They are awesome. That's why you gotta make sure your engineer, who is in charge of all the trains, is paying attention, and that he doesn't go to lunch without telling somebody that, hey, I'm going to lunch.
I got a text from somebody at the museum today, and it says the blue train has crashed and derailed. I took one of the cars off and tried to. It looks like it hit some landscaping too, so that's gonna have to be fixed up. But yeah, I can't be there on every day. Friday,
yeah.
But somebody's usually there. And
I was gonna say it's one of those things where it's fun when they crash, but they crash.
It's funny though, because we just got plexiglass finally around the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think what happened for the crash is somebody added a Christmas car at the end, and it decoupled because of the magnet coupler situation, and came around and then banged into itself. So
cheese on top. This is one of those GT racing chairs, and they did a special. Maybe it was even last Black Friday or something. They did a special where you could pay a price and you would get one of different chairs. I wanted the kind of purple one, but this was the higher end one. It has speakers in it and stuff, but it's a nice chair. I mean, it feels like maybe the gas thing is starting to kind of empty a little bit, but yeah, it's a nice chair. I mean, it does, like I said, it does have a little bag over here. It's got speakers up here on the somewhere shoulders or something. So it's a nice chair. I had to get motorized Lego, something you learn. Anyone can stack bricks. Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of train shows out in Colorado. We had, I actually had a friend lose his Horizon Express to the carpeted floor. Actually, and I joked with one of the other guys who also had his there that wasn't at the show. Kind of tried to joke with him and say, "Hey, guess what? Your Horizon hit the floor." That didn't make him real happy. He's like, "Well, that's the last time I loaned it to you." I was like, "Just kidding. It was so and so." And actually, it was one of the younger people. Actually, younger persons had gone to walk the floor and told one other guy that he's going to go do that. But the other guy went and grabbed food, and he didn't tell anybody. So when you got a power function and a 9-volt, when the power function derails, the 9-volt you got to turn off. And we had power in 3 different spots on the layout. And so I yelled train, but nobody was paying attention. I yelled it in increasing volume, but it crashed.
yeah,
off the
sometimes it just crashed. Yeah, that's the benefit of this plexiglass too, is at least when it does crash, it'll stay on the table.
Yeah.
It's kind of
That's what cheese on top. That's what we were talking about. Actually, somebody had asked if Mayo asked if people had bought it. Jesse did buy it. It's coming via
ordered
Mayo.
it online. Yep.
And so I would say I kind of looked at it a little bit briefly. If it's as good as the Emerald Knight, then the Emerald Knight becomes kind of the non-talk now at that point, because I mean this one will have one more car than the Emerald Knight had, and so it's kind of things where I guess we just see. Should be good if you're a trained person and you like steam power. This will be your baby. So, I mean, I think we're hoping. I mean, I guess we'll see how it just came out, so it'll depend on how well it can be converted to run on standard track, and then how well it runs on the RX bricks or the custom track.
We'll be doing 9-volt track on our museum.
Yeah. So I mean, I have 9-volt and I have power function, and I don't have any of the other stuff. Generally, the other stuff is generally, some of the bigger train groups in the country sometimes will use that other stuff, and there's people who use it. I think they might be using that in the. Are they using that in the LGMS? They might be using that in the LGMS. Some of that custom track, I don't know, but that's the key. Is how well does it work on? How well will it work on the different track, and that will depend on. Also on how well it is received from all the big train people. So that's kind of a kicker. So condensed motor chassis for powered up, so it can create body shells over the top. Cheaper than Yeah. I mean, that or you build, condensed motor chassis, or you build it like the old Emerald Knight was. You figure out how to put a motor XL, something with some serious torque inside the body of the engine, or tender, maybe customize the cold tender a little bit, maybe make it a little bit bigger
for powered up.
That's where that's kind of where I did a lot of my stuff. Is I played with the cold tender.
Yeah, I just put a 9-volt in the tender and push it a little bit.
I actually took the Hogwarts and made all the passenger cars the 1-2 back or whatever, and made all the cars 8 wide, and made the coal tender, which is now destroyed, double long. So it was twice as long, had 2 power function motors, 2 S bricks, and 2 rechargeable battery packs in it. That sucker pulled just about anything. So I mean, it was. That's why you experiment and play. So, you'll have to show us, Mail. When you get it. I mean, and that's kind of the key is each person will have different ways to do their stuff. So, we'll be looking forward to it, Mail. Have to come on here and tell us when that video is on your page. We'll have to post some links and check it out. Definitely, like I said, I'm not a big train guy, but I like trains. My grandparents lived on the Mississippi River in Lake City, Minnesota, and I grew around trains my whole life, so I love trains. So, surprise Jesse, yes, I am a born Minnesotan, St. Paul, Minnesota. I'd be living in Minnesota these days. My dad wouldn't have been offered a job with the state of Wisconsin when I was 5 years old. I did have a relative, cousin, or whatever, that did design the Bikosaurus Rex that could have been a Vikings mascot at one point. Oh, let's see. We need the thing from was it Starship Troopers? With your mail thing. Only certain things. Motor-sized chassis. Click here to see more. We need that link so we can. That was kind of cool about that. Get your citizenship. Become a citizen. 4, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. There's another 3, 3, 4. Another 4, 6. So double 4. It's a tall, skinny pine tree. Looks like. So it's a 4, 3. How is everybody else in the chat? How's everybody doing? We are into December now. It's snowing. It was snowing when I was coming home, so we're getting snow. I'm like, Jesse, you guys got snow the other day, didn't you? A little bit, maybe?
Maybe a little. I don't. Yeah, it was a little. I don't know. A little dusting, I guess.
A little dusting. Yeah, that's what we're kind of getting. I think, well, when I was coming home, it was sticking, so we actually did have some at least.
It was a reminder that, because it's been mild, I remember, dusting the car off. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. I live in Minnesota.
No. I park in the driveway rather than parking in the streets. That's a good thing because we do the alternate straight side parking. And so my mom gave the van to one of my nephews, and so that was nice. And now I can park in the driveway, which is better. Still sucks. I got to brush it off, but better than being on the street. So. Yeah, Cheese on Top said, seems like the crocodile had faded into the background. Pretty much. I mean, just, as they. Oh, yeah, I'm already having problems. Good thing I don't have 2 StreamYards up. So yeah. So I mean, and that's how kind of ending. But did the crocodile? Was it usable? Were people able to motorize it? Did it motorize well for use on layouts and stuff?
Not very well. It had issues on corners, and I think there was a fix that took some engineering.
And that's kind of how well that'll determine how well the train will last, is how well it runs. I mean, I think even the Emerald Knight maybe had some glitches at the beginning, but I mean, people made it work, and since it was probably the only really good steam locomotive for a long time, I mean, it just kind of lasted from that standpoint. I do have the Constitution one from the Lone Ranger, but I don't know if I've ran that much, so I don't really know how well that one works. So, you guys have that one on your layout, Jesse? The one from
we have did Indiana Jones have one too? We have an old train that is either Indiana Jones or Lone Ranger, I guess.
Might be Lone Ranger. I think Indiana Jones had one. I think the only one they had was they had the narrow rail one for the Temple of Doom back in the day, but I don't think they
just a rail car.
Yeah, just a rail car. I think is all they had.
So yeah, I think we do have one actually then.
That's always good. It's good to have a variety of stuff. Obviously, it's just kind of rain here. So it's raining. Where Mark is at. I mean, it's always tough though when we have a lot of older trains running on layouts, because I'm sure how many times you get parents asking, "Hey, where do I get that train at?" It's
yeah,
can't get.
Yeah, they don't sell that anymore. Yeah, but yeah, tell them to check Lego.com or Bricklink.
Bricklink. Go to Bricklink and buy what you want.
Pretty much freaking find anything.
Be prepared for sticker shock. Sounds like you got a little bit of a cough there, Jess. You have to
Yeah.
drink a more potent alcoholic beverage to soothe the throat.
Jeez. Maybe. Yeah, last week it was a kind of a runny nose situation. Not too bad. Took a COVID test, tested negative. So I felt safe going to Thanksgiving and all the stuff. And now I got a cough. So that's, I think, just the same illness, just hasn't left my system yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll take another spit test or whatever. Nasals. Well, I've been before I go to the museum tomorrow.
There's some pine trees in there. Oh, what does that? What is that? That does not work. Oh, that's why.
Bag number 3.
That is not the right. Not the right. This is a 7. And it looked. It looked a little out of place. It still looks a little out of place.
That's why I got this set. Maybe don't have one of these. Don't have one of these parts yet.
What is that?
This trans clear stand. It's got a 2x4 receiver, and then you can Technic it together, and it's a column. So put that in your ice castle.
Question is, do they have clear Technic pins to go in there?
Yeah. You got to cheat somewhere, otherwise you're not trying.
Guess I'll have to recruit people like Tanya and stuff. Say, Tanya, with your 3D printer, do you have any translucent stuff that you could make me some Technic pins clear? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, probably good for like maybe even kind of keep stuff moving. Like something flying.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that for D&D for sure. You guys want to fly in the air? Put you on this
You have
little
somebody
stand.
with you do. Yeah, there's a couple guys that have that. Troy would like to do that probably a little more. What about the Solo Train Star Wars? Cheese on Top's asking about that Solo Train. Is that, did they do a set for the Solo Train?
There was a train, yep, in that movie. They did make a Lego set. It was.
They did?
You
must have missed that one.
It's not your normal train. It's more of a monorail thing, space monorail thing.
I'll have to look into that one.
All the trains, all the time.
Yeah, no Hoosier here to talk trains. No Brett's Build talk trains. Where are all the diehard train guys? Must have scared them away on other weeks where we.
They're at home building the Orient Express, most likely.
But they could be in here showing us how awesome it is in person too while they're building.
Did you send the invite out?
Yeah, I did yesterday. Yep, I sent them out yesterday. Pretty sure.
I don't know. You don't send it to me, so I don't know.
That's because you guys all have your special way of getting in. I'm pretty sure I sent it out. It's actually going to my.
It's true.
Going to my phone where I won't kill my computer doing it.
Just saying I can't confirm or deny that anyone gets any
Confirm
messages.
or deny. Let's see. 291 yesterday.
You don't.
My phone won't let me tell me if I did the BCC, which I'm pretty sure I do. I don't think I ever get that. I just don't get to see it. And actually, no, I don't know if it even lets me see it once it's been sent. If it's in there, let's see.
All right, so this sub build. Set off to the side there. I'm building another sub.
Nope, yep, it went out. It went out to, I guess it's 41 people the invite goes to. So.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah. What?
I was just gonna say, how many of those 41 people have you seen on the show in the last year?
A few. Well, we had the one night when you weren't. I think you weren't here. We had the great Stosh saying he was gonna, pop on and tell us about the, the Joy concert or the Joy show down in Schaumburg. But he was playing a soldier, some soldier game, and he never came on. He filled us with empty promises.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. That one will be cool. I mean, that one is
that's cool. I mean, yeah,
strictly Illinois this time around. It's supposed to replace one of their usual holiday.
Just seems like 41
events.
So 41 people, and seems like a high list of people that don't.
Well, I sent out an email a while back saying who wants to be on the list. And a lot. I mean, I think I only when I did that, only I think a couple people actually they didn't want to be on the list. I mean, there's a bunch that probably haven't been on in a while. Are either of you going? You know what's funny about that? Actually, what's wild about that weekend, which makes me laugh now, is I got one of the guys I bowl with is having a birthday party that Saturday. And then, of course, today I noticed my boss posted something that because of the holidays falling on a Monday, we were going to have to work a Saturday to make up for it. And, of course, that's the Saturday pick. So I'm like, oh, my God. So I got to figure out what's going on. I got to talk to my boss on Monday because I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to the show, but kind of really want to go to my friend's birthday party. I think it's kind of, it'd be kind of cool.
So what are you talking about?
That the 16th and 17th of December is when that show is. So it's coming up here in a couple weeks. That the Joy holiday show down at the Renaissance is.
Oh, okay.
It's coming up. Yeah, it's in
it's a small attempt. Here, it's not. It's like I think the size of the garage sale area, or even smaller.
Yeah, I've kind of heard a couple different sizes. I thought I heard 13,000. I also thought I heard someone say 30,000, but 13 would make sense to maybe be about garage sale. 30 would be.
What was that garage sale room?
That I don't remember. That I'd have to look. I don't remember how big that was. So are either of us going? We're not. I mean, if we wouldn't be showing. I mean, neither one of us are showing. I know there's Z that's on March Sunday shows up in your area, Jesse, and he said, where's my invite? And I said, and I laughed. I go, hey, I got a giant ice castle. I didn't get a winner either. So I was like, it didn't, and Mark's kind of giving. I'm like, hey, if Z's gonna say something, I'm gonna say something because I got probably one of the biggest, baddest ice castles out there. I mean, I'm like, I don't care. I mean, obviously, it seems like at this point now I'm going to be stuck where might not be able to do anything that weekend. But it kind of made me laugh. But yeah, so it's Windy City Lug, Chai Lug, and NILTC. So it's actually replacing. I think they got, I don't know what the name of the place, Contigny or something. They had a holiday show that they used to do, and that ownership changed and they weren't going to do that. The ownership didn't want that show, and so Mark threw it together real last minute. So, which is fine.
Yeah.
If it's good and it's successful, then those of us here in the Midwest that are close that go to the Chicago, who knows? Maybe we'll get an invite next year if it increases in size. So, I mean, a chance to show off some stuff during the holiday season is always nice too. Everybody, people who maybe don't get to visit in the summer, maybe visit at the holiday time, might, stop in. Who knows? I guess you wouldn't know. So we'll find out.
All right.
But yes, it should be good, So, but yeah, so it's pretty much just going to be local, but I mean, that's still going to be, that's still 3 groups down there, 3 huge groups, big groups.
Yeah.
So, definitely be definitely better than going to any Brickfest live show. By far.
Shots fired.
Well, because the Brickfest live is coming here. People are asking me, I'm like, if you got a really young kid, you can maybe go. I mean, if you as an adult are looking, yeah, you're probably going to walk out of there madder than you've probably ever been in your life. But hey, that's because we won't have anybody there. I mean, none of the AFOLs will be there. I mean, I think the Brickfest live, pulls the fans in areas that don't have other shows. So if they go to an area that doesn't have a Brick Fair, a Brick World, a Brick Con, Bricks Cascade, Brick Rodeo, if you don't have a show, then yeah, you'll get fans. You'll get AFOLs because they'll be like, oh, cool, a show. We can go to a good, bigger show, but otherwise you don't, because part of the problem is they're trying to get into areas where like Brick World is, and most of us in this area, we like Brick World more than we like anything else, and we don't want that confusion. They already have that confusion out there. People already email the owners of Brick World and stuff saying, hey, you changed your show, or hey, your pricing's too high. And Mark and those guys are going, it's not our show. You're emailing the wrong place. Yeah, and that's why we in WISLUG will not be supporting that show in our area. We'll support like Brick Universe and stuff like that, because those aren't picking weekends close to where the Brick World shows and stuff are, but also Universe is one of those shows that I've been to. I mean, not bad. So
yeah.
So if you're not doing anything in a couple weeks, December 16th, 17th, and you're close to Chicago, definitely worth maybe going down there and checking out the Brick World Joy show. Definitely worth looking at. We promote the shows we kind of all go to. Brick World is one of those that we go to multiples of those shows if you're lucky enough to get. Now, Brick World hasn't done an expo up in your area yet, Jesse, has he?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. So pretty much Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Detroit, Milwaukee. Where else? Those are the expos. That's Joy, and then so I do kind of like the brown on these pine trees better than the black, so it's a little more natural. Anybody's who wants to compare, I guess. I guess I could throw them into the camera. Actually, it's kind of hard to see. The brown looks a little more natural than the black. Unless you got a sick burnt pine tree. So how's everybody else in the chat? Chat seems kind of slow tonight, so I'm guessing we don't have the right music playing in the background, which is absolutely nothing right now. Where everybody is psyched for hearing, waiting for the critical bricks later this evening, which we are doing this week. So.
Yes, but it is a bit different.
Different.
An abbreviated epilogue episode. So.
Saying how awesome the last thing was. Oh, you know what? I probably should have actually. Was anybody typing in the Discord about your question? Was anybody typed in there about the Harpels and the?
Oh, I haven't even checked the Discord.
I saw the question, and I actually did kind of think about it a little bit. So I mean, I have some ideas.
Did Kevin put something in the Discord?
Did he? Yeah,
I didn't put any. I mean, I
no,
put.
or the email you sent out, but I mean, I didn't look at Discord to see if there was any conversation on.
Yeah, I've mentioned it. But I actually, it's my bad.
No, there's
I mean,
nothing in there.
let me. Nothing's new in here. Yeah.
Uh,
Let's do looted magic items. We got that topic. Last September 1st is the last thing. So let's do.
I have not. Cheese on Top Cheese is asking if we've seen the clone battle pack images. I have not. Do they look good, Cheese? Do they look good, I guess? I mean, I guess the question is, too, is if it's a battle pack, I mean, is it kind of see, like, in terms of kind of size, are you guessing, is it going to be something that's going to be 25, 30, 35, 40? How, I mean, the battle packs just kind of keep going up in price. I like when they're about 20. Liked them a lot better when they were $12.99. I think that's where they started at. The city pack started at 10. But let's see, 5. Let's see, another 5.
All right. All right. I started the thing, but yeah, I meant probably just talk about it here in this episode. But the other people have to chime in that are going to miss tonight. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's right. They would want to chime in, and that's why I kind of was trying to see with like the email, see if anybody was going to kind of respond.
I thought, yeah, if more people would be here, we would need to abbreviate it. But if less people are here, then that's fine. But the other people won't want to miss out.
True.
You got to show up, or you don't get experience points.
Remake of the original 2007 one includes a lot of fakes. Might be 30. Oh, is that cloned? I'm thinking which one I think that is. That I have to pull it. Actually, you know what? You're in luck. My book actually goes to I think at least 2007. Look here. Oh, it does. Let's see. We can maybe pull up an image. Go figure. Actually goes to 2008.
Is he talking about Clone Army?
Yeah, we're talking about a battle pack. So let's see. We're gonna go ahead and Star Wars. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah. If it's the Clone Troopers battle pack 7655. Let's see if I can actually see. Big screen. Figure where it is. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's coming slowly. Probably talking that one. I might have to close my freaking browser and start over. But if we're talking that one, yeah, that one was kind of cool. That one I bought a boatload with the speeder and those. That one I bought a boatload of those guys back in the day. I probably still have. Probably. I think I've opened 3 or 4. They ended up being used for. I think they stormed a bus that I had. I built a bus. I think they stormed the bus to get. I think maybe they hijacked the bus. I can't remember. That was back in the days when I was doing wild and wacky stuff in my city. Yeah, at some point before we end, I'm gonna have to probably close Chrome and go into Firefox. Oh, that's kind of tough up there. But...
All right, this goes here.
Except they threw droids in so they could double the price. Yeah, so there was that droid pack too. There was a droid pack that was a separate pack. So maybe they're just trying to put it together. Yeah, the droids battle pack and then the clone troopers. But that total there was there were 2 of the heavier battle droid, and then 4 of the standard droid. Actually, might have been. Actually, that looks like there might have been actually 3. I don't know. You'd have to look it up, but 7654 looked like it actually maybe had 7 droids in that, and 4 of the clones in the other one. So, well, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what they'd go back and make. I mean, the MTT. When's the last time they've done one of those? I mean, maybe they gotta go back and look and see. If they're gonna remake ships, try and remake some of the ones, like even the Republic Cruiser and some of those that they've done. Rather keep doing the same, X-wing over and over and over and over again. All I know is snow speeders are one of the sets in Star Wars that seems to keep a lot of value on those suckers, which means I might have to sell them. I had a bunch of them that the ice bears were using. I have to think about actually liquidating some of those used. Because they aren't flying like they used to. I don't think the ice bears have been able to get able to keep up their piloting. I think they're failing all their qualifications nowadays. So there's a lot of stems here. Let's see what we have. 4. What's it? 5.
What time is it? 8:30.
Yep, getting there. So let me actually close mine real quick, and I'll come back, and then that way you can take off.
Just hoping I can. Oh, that's background noise is gone. That read is gone. I don't know if that was my multiple screen thing issue, or you probably had a fan going in the background or something. Well, I'm going to get through building this part of the set, bag whatever, 4, 3. And then we're off to Critical Bricks.
You may now leave, sir, if you want to. Ooh.
I'll need a little break, but I'm going to finish this bag.
Okay. He says the CMFs are all out too. I mean, images, or are they already out on shelves for the new ones? I mean, if they're on shelves, I'm like, I know my Walmarts have not. My Walmarts finally started putting the Marvel out, after everybody said they'd seen them for forever. I mean, they weren't behind the registers, but I was seeing some getting open too, which is kind of crazy. It's just like, ugh. Goals, I mean, we need to teach people, don't be breaking them open, because there's always that chance Legend could just get rid of CMFs altogether. And hey, loss prevention is no longer an issue because you don't have them. So, I mean, we whine about the boxes. We just got to be careful we don't whine so much that you're like, well, you know what? None of the stores want these anymore. They keep getting ripped open or stolen. We're just not going to make these anymore. Which could happen. So, you got to be careful. 25th.
Yeah.
CMF bag. Oh, the 25th train CMF. Yeah.
You could use this without pins.
Without pins, just by itself?
Just use it like it is. It's pretty durable.
Just one side of it?
Well, I'm seeing what they're doing on this set, and they build it at 2 different levels, actually. So that's kind of weird. Getting there, but
yeah. You'll have to show us the finished product and see, because in the end, I could use it probably with the current configuration for Chicago this next year too. You might have to look and see how much those parts are going for. Actually, I saw the purple panels I wanted. I saw them on. I think they were in Bricks and Pieces, but they were like, God, I think they were $2 a pop, and I was like, and I don't remember if I ordered any on that order I did. I might have ordered a couple just to look at. I don't remember now. I'd have to go back and look at my cart, but I know the order was rather large. It was probably one of the largest pick-a-brick ones I'd done in a while. So the reason I got to make sure I keep
not spend too much, because I mean that they don't charge it until they ship it. So make sure that one goes through. Make sure I'm not spending recklessly on Lego sets. Okay.
Weird. Yeah, this goes here. They build this one like this, split level. I don't know why.
Oh.
Probably so you can put some stuff off of here.
Oh yeah.
Put stuff off of there. Yeah. And it just looks like maybe it'll be floating. Maybe even the dragon can be posed up there.
Oh, maybe, yeah. So it's a 2x4 plate with a half circle kind of type thing, like a 1x2.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So, but I am pinning them together for this set, which is probably because you probably put the dragon on there, I bet. So it'll hold it up. I could tell you what part number it is, maybe from the back, right?
Maybe. Let's see here. I'm giving 1 second here.
Part number 6400117.
Can I get that part number one more time?
6400117.
$1.47 at Bricks and Pieces. Not bad. 13 tall. I have to at least pick it and throw it in my future bag, I suppose. Yeah, I missed out on all like the good like discounts for like the coupons and stuff on Black Friday, and I think once I started missing stuff, I didn't really push the stuff. Plus, like I said, I did all that pick-a-brick right before. It was like,
yeah, if you don't,
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I kind of would want is maybe the Elsa Castle or maybe a tree house. I mean, those are the only two kind of sets I didn't get that maybe at some point I might think about getting, just because at some point I need to give Elsa something respectable on the within the Ice Bear realm, so she doesn't keep screaming "Let it go" all the time. Okay, got lots of stems here. Lots of stems. Funny is I have lots of these parts. I think these 1x1s with the Travis Bricker with the 4 studs. I think I had a bunch of these even before, back in the old days. 30 minutes. What's everybody working on in the chat? Images. So images. Yeah, the images. Yeah, I mean, it was funny because somebody was doing like pre-orders somewhere on a website, and they didn't actually have the pre-orders, but yet then you look all over the internet, and I think the pictures are out. I mean, there's some good. I mean, there's a couple good army building ones, but the boxes, it's gonna be one of those things where you just have to buy it all, I guess. If I see them all sealed, I'll be buying them, I guess. I'll have to make sure my sealed Lego set sales around the holidays here go really well, so I have lots of capital to be buying boatloads of CMFs, I guess. In the bag. Something in it. Channels. Not that. Well, actually, Jesse, these might actually work pretty well with those too, in combination. I got all these back in lug bulk for 1 year.
Oh yeah,
the clear beams. I ended up getting 100 of them. You probably make a nice kind of lattice work to hold up something.
Definitely.
No, I'm not. I mean, they joke about that. I mean, actually, what's funny is I saw somewhere on somewhere that someone said you break out a digital scale in our store, and we're gonna have you freaking hauled out of here. Somewhere on one of the social media sites, probably somebody thinking probably other stuff is going on than just a Lego thing. So I don't know. No, if I mean, like I said, I barely saw the Marvel ones out. I mean, if I see them, I'm gonna have to just kind of grab a bunch of them. Just if they haven't been all ripped open, I'll just basically buy a bunch. Marvel. I think I'm hoping I have one. I'm hoping I'm purchasing one from my ambassador because he had a bunch of a bunch of sets of them, and I think I ordered one through our website, but I haven't seen him. He wasn't at our last meeting, so I guess I'll make sure I bring money this next meeting, and hopefully he's got one. If not, I'll just hunt down the ones I want, I guess. They've gotten kind of expensive to the point where, I mean, now it's like just a set or maybe even just the couple I want. I mean, I used to collect multiple sets. Actually, I have that Rogue, that Archer figure from one of the series. That one I sold like 15 to Pop's Block Shop up at the Buy Sell Trade. So he's got a bunch of those now. So, what's the bottom here? 5. All
right.
So hard to find people weighing them when others are ripping them over. That's true too. I mean, you're right. I mean, and I think it was a social media so I don't know if there's anybody really complaining in store, but I mean, I have seen them. I have seen them ripped open. So I mean, it's like you said. I mean, who knows who's doing it? Is it kids, parents, whatever? I mean, the thing is, though, it's such a funky shaped box. I mean, why couldn't you just do like the video where it's just do a square box with maybe a little bit of an overhang for hanging it rather than have all the funky shape is kind of what just screams, break me open, and you can't tell until you pull them off the shelf and they're broke open. And I'm like, man, I see one broken. I ain't going near there. They got cameras all these sorts. I am not even going near any of those things. If any of them are broken open, I don't need somebody saying, hey, you're breaking those open. We saw you on camera. Like, yeah, so if they're open, I'm not going anywhere near them. I don't need anybody making that accusation. So,
have you opened one legitimately?
No, I haven't bought any. No.
Okay.
No,
so you don't really know how easy it is that they open then, because you have not done it yourself.
The shape of the package looks so funky. It's like a flat, and then it's just, to me, it just looks like it's just a weird shape to it.
It's not Well, it's. Wait till you'll have a different opinion or more to say when you actually open one.
Okay, so it has reasoning behind it then?
No, it's like it's I don't know. It's like a door handle. It's just you just touch it, pop, and it pops open.
Oh, so it's not even. It's just kind of it's.
You don't have to try hard. You could just squeeze the box and it'll pop open.
Oh, so maybe they even did it so that people wouldn't have people feel them or anything. I don't know. Maybe, who knows?
No, I think they messed up trying to do that, thinking people would. I don't know. Be more honest about it or something. But it's not durable enough to stay on the shelf intact.
Yeah. I just thought the shape itself, maybe that was why they made it ease of opening, but ease of opening, like you said, it has that drawback that maybe it's too easy that you just touch it and the dang thing kind of pops open too. So I don't know.
So I don't know.
I looked at the shape and I go, these are like the weirdest dang things I've ever seen. Just the box itself. So.
The dragon or something will be able to stand up here.
So Cheese says he's got 10 of those rogues. These are Rangers. Yeah. Well, I still got I think I opened 13 to 15, and I think I still have, like I said, I think I still have 10 or so. It's probably another 15 still sealed. So I mean, I have a bunch. I mean, if you ever need more, I don't think I sold them for a high price. I think I just sold them for whatever kind of
So the
Whatever
tree
the deal was.
dragon are 2 separate books.
Really?
And
How much was the scenery? Was that in a book by itself too? The one you just saw?
Yeah, it was 2 separate books actually. There's 4 different books in this thing. It's crazy.
Victim blaming. Yes, always victim blaming. Hey, the victim is the box. Oh yeah. Those are all, aren't those like a whip or something? Isn't that like a long whip?
Yeah. These are like, you got the brown whip that you were kind of looking to order, and then you got this lavender one that's like the old tree.
Oh.
Yeah.
Old
style like tree or whatever.
Okay. Or like an old whip, maybe a whip for camels or something, camel whip.
Anyway, I'm gonna put this away, take a break, and I will open up Critical Bricks for people jumping over there, and we'll see you on the flip side.
I flip in my chair, but I might hurt myself, so I will. I'll see you later. I'm not gonna flip, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing how 2 cameras work tonight. Or in the future. So, yep. So, victim blaming. We are blaming the box. The box is the victim, it sounds like. Being victimized by poor design. So, as you can, people see, I've just got behind my trees, I just have a slew of just stem parts. I'm not really pulling them apart because it's just, these things are together really well. So, just looking for the right sizes I need because I pulled them all off of existing trees already. So, I like the design. I like the trees. Might have to, do a couple of these and maybe have some built for whatever. They might get some use for Chicago, perhaps. Go figure. Reed will have some areas for Chicago that will be green for 2024. Will not be all white. White above ground. All colors below ground. So, yes, and I am building both. I will be one of the few that will be having both above and below on the collab we're working on. I believe Chop will be all underground. Ralph will be all above ground, and his above ground will be absolutely huge. Jesse, not the one that was here, the other Jesse, Castle Jesse will have, I think, both above and below. And then I don't know what's going on. I'm still waiting to hear from Michael Frederick to see if what he's got planned for this next year. Is he going to finish his castle from Clutch Powers and go full bore, which still could be on top. We can still want to make room for that or whatnot. I know I have Jefferson that might have some stuff. I can put Minecraft Steve in there. I probably have him somewhere. Plus, I think I have a couple skin packs from the Minecraft sets I still have that I never got rid of that somehow still had. Oh, God, and I love this. I love this Mystic Punch. This new Mountain Dew flavor Mystic Punch is a purple can. I'm a purple guy. I like purple, as you can see. But this stuff, I tasted it the one time. I was like, really good. It is not. I thought it might have been the Voodoo flavor, but the Voodoo was more like bomb poppy. This is more kind of like a fruity, it says a fruit punch, more like a berry punch is what it is. So now it's not grape. It's Mystic Punch. I mean, it could be like a grape punch. I mean, it's Mystic Punch, but it's got a berry taste to it. So blueberry, raspberry, something. It's got some kind of a berry, more of a berry punch rather than, so, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's a neat one. I was buying the bottles, and then one of the stores had it. I think one of the Piggly Wigglies had it for like buy 3 for $12 or 3 for $15. So I bought 3 cases. I mean, it's dwindling pretty fast because I drink it too fast. Just look at my smile, you can tell my teeth are. I actually have a dentist appointment here in a couple weeks. But yeah, so yeah, I learned to drink a lot of Mountain Dew back in the gaming days when I was out in Colorado when I was unemployed and stuff. We gamed a lot. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds based on the Age of Empires engine. Star Wars, awesome. I mean, I wasn't one of the better players. I was awesome at resource gathering, not so well at strategy, at fighting, but building armies. But hey, you kill me, I'm just going to go gather resources behind one of my other pals, and they're going to just, because, I mean, we did the Week of War, and probably one of the best teams in the world. But after the first match or so, nobody play us because they knew we'd put, like myself, one of the weaker players in the room. A team would jump in, and then 3 of the hottest players we had in the clan would jump in, and we'd pulverize whoever we played. And so, yeah, a couple matches, and nobody wanted to play us. So, but yeah, awesome game. Age of Empires 3 was one of the first games in that genre that I could go toe to toe with generally almost anybody because of the cards that you could get. So I could, if I forgot to do certain things, I could pull those and suddenly throw troops down. I did actually play a couple of my guys in one of the gaming places that they had in Colorado for years. I don't know if a lot of them I think are pretty much gone these days. I mean, everybody's got high-speed internet's a lot more frequent in homes now. But I mean, I gamed in those. I was one on either side of me. So long as they attacked at different times, I could keep them both at bay. But the one time they attacked both at the same time, I was done for. So, actually. Not as much. You guys have seen I've had the Commodore sitting over here for forever. Stronghold, the Stronghold series has a new one out. The new Stronghold. I want to kind of see how that is. I don't know if it's really much newer than what was out before. Looks good. I always liked the Stronghold game. Stronghold Crusader was always good. If you guys see how I set up my castle, my ice castle with all the ice bears with bows on there, that's kind of how in Stronghold Crusader are. The more archers you have on the walls, pretty much pulverizes anything that comes near the castle, because you'll put crossbowmen up there and they'll take out the knights. You put the archers up, they'll take out all the just the weak troops and stuff. So yeah, so I game a little bit, not as much anymore. It's harder to play some of those games than nowadays because it's hard to find people where I want to play or what to play and whatnot. So, but I do. Stronghold Crusader is one of my favorites, but haven't played that in a while. So, but yeah, I do. My friend John, who's MIA from Lego right now, that's how we got together. Yeah, actually, I guess the one game I do game a lot of, thanks to Hoosier and Haley and them, is the Minecraft. They got me addicted during the pandemic, and I do play a lot of that. I do have a realm that's constantly up. I know a lot of the people that the YouTube B4C. I think Zizu might even have access. There's a lot of people who have access now. So I mean, I think I have maybe 16 people that can get access to the realm. I think I can maybe have 10 on any given time, 8 or 10. So do a lot of that. Do a lot of building there. I think I've got one Hope Castle over there built out of glass in this realm, and that's the Memorial Tower's 4 levels tall. The Clover's maybe 1 level, so it still needs more of that. But it's full. I mean, it's probably, I don't know, like 80 blocks one direction by like 120 blocks another direction. It's huge. But I got castles all over the place. All over the realm, I've got probably half a dozen castles, couple forts, actually Western forts, one built out of birch, one built out of either oak or dark wood. I mean, I build a lot. I have a skyscraper that went to the old ceiling of 256. Yeah, I mean, I build a lot. I build too much. And I built a house recently using a design I saw on Instagram. No, actually, you know what? Right now, Cheese, we are, you'll laugh, we are actually in peaceful mode right now. It's quite, we went to that a while back, and so it is peaceful. So, I mean, we've had a few people that learned the give command. And so even though I have gathered pretty much 95% of my resources via survival, not give. I think the only thing I gave myself is experience. So, I mean, pretty much everything I build, I mean, I'm gathering the resources. I'm spending hours gathering stuff. Like right now, I mean, I could give myself all the powered rails I need to go 4,000 blocks. But I'm not. I'm actually doing it the old-fashioned way, gathering the gold, so I can say, hey, the stuff I've built has been all gathered the old-fashioned way, even though it is quicker to do everything that way. Well, I mean, people could be doing that. I don't think anybody would be dumb enough to do that, because if they did that, it's like that and the realm is gone. I just wipe it and then everything is gone and we start over. I have the magical key. So you blow up my Hope Castle, the realm goes bye-bye and we start from scratch. So that anybody who's watching this in the rerun, just be aware of that. If you think about planning TNT, if it takes out the castle, it takes out the world. So he who controls the world controls the world. And so I control the realm. So, but I mean, B4C had a realm and then he stopped doing the realm. And so I like the idea of having a place for everybody to play. So I pay for it monthly. The realm is always up. It's always in there. People are in there all the time. Haley's been in there a lot recently. We did find an ancient city. That's where the current build is that we're kind of working on. That's what I'm trying to get. I am the director of transportation in the realm. So I'm always working to try to connect everybody. The skyscraper is the central of our, we have a town I built kind of there that by the main spawn point, and the skyscraper down about level 50, was it 48 or 50 in the lower, in one of the basement levels is where the rail station is. And it currently has a rail going to my castle. It has a rail going to Hoosier's base. It has a train going to B4C's old base. It has a train going maybe close to Cliff's area. It has one going to the far end of the realm where I had stuff at one point. So I mean, I built a lot of stuff, and that's probably from Castle Jesse. He had a realm that he was playing with his kids, and I went on there and I saw how much rail he had, and I got hooked. And so we have lots of rail. It's make sure you have a good book if you're traveling in our realm, because it will take you a while to get from place to place generally. So, well, I think I'm going to be done for this for tonight. Because we have like summits left. I did replace my trees. They all have the brown, which is kind of nice. And I still have a bag of brown left. So, but these are from a project. So these are probably from the castle project that Kevin did, I'm guessing. Maybe. No, actually, I guess not. That actually could be might be. Otherwise, it's from one of our just lug bulk, I guess. So, I mean, I probably could always use more stems if I do trees like that. I just haven't ordered any more from anybody. Like I said, I kind of like my willow trees too, and obviously I got parts going to make some more of those. So. Well, I mean, back when everybody was playing hardcore near the end of the pandemic, B4C, all those guys, we fought a lot. It was great. I mean, we would just, I don't want my tree. That's okay. I'll just throw it in there. It's fine. But we'd actually fight. It would be like, I'd walk up to Mike and swing at him and hit him, maybe even kill him. And then it just starts one of those things where we're just hitting people, and it's all about fun. I mean, you're having fun and whatnot. So that's kind of what it's all about. Your goal is to have fun with friends. And during the pandemic, we were all kind of stuck at home. And so, I mean, now everybody's kind of building for shows, but everybody gets in that mood. Hoosier's been in there a couple times too within the last month or so. People just get those. They just get those times where like, hey, let's go play. And so, I mean, I do write down. I got tons of coordinates. I kind of have a nice pad here, so I'm always writing down coordinates where stuff is at. Where Haley's base is, Mike, Hoosier. Now, I did in my skyscraper on my levels build a map of like the world. I mean, of some of the world, like town and stuff, and putting the maps up on the frames above the pumpkins. Mike B, though, built a building, probably 50 blocks by 50 blocks. And he's got the map on the floor with putting glass over the top of it when he, on some areas. So that's even cooler because then it's on the bottom. You can just walk across it and look and see. I've updated a few of the segments I have stuff in, but yeah. I mean, it's games. I like strategy games. Building there is fun. I mean, building, I kind of surprised I didn't get addicted to it sooner. I know Randy out in Colorado, one of the guys who worked at the Lego store, he played it over the years too. So I mean, I should have. I watched him play. I just never kind of got into it. Probably was playing a lot of strategy games then, or I did play a lot of World of Warships. I stopped an update on this machine one time, and it just won't. It won't load, and I can't get to install. So I did play a lot of that. I played that from beta. That's pretty cool. I don't know how many years. Anybody hit 8 years now? So I played that from beta. That's a cool one. I played World of Warcraft. I played them all. I've played them all. Lineage 2 I played. I mean, it basically played who was playing. Who was playing. I have Clash of Clans on my phone. I haven't touched in probably 6 months. I play the My Vegas slot machine right now because it's got the comps for Vegas. But I mean, yeah, I'm a gamer at heart. I mean, I've got, like you guys heard, I got Commodore. I got 2 PCs here in the 98 machine I can't get to run. That's got some cool turn-based games from when I was younger. But yeah, I love it. We got about 3 minutes left. Play Clash. Yeah, I used to play it. I mean, then what happened was I played it and put money into it. And then somehow something happened. Maybe I had to get a new phone or something, and I couldn't get my account. I mean, for a company that should know how to do that stuff, obviously the absolute worst company in the world. And so I had to start over. I did like the builder's base. That kind of kept me playing, but it just got old. After my builder's base was maxed, and it just gets old after a while. I mean, so I mean, in the end, it's nice, but I'd rather play, like I said, Stronghold Crusader, something where I can actually get, Supercell. Yeah. No, I mean, I still have it. I probably have the other one too. There was the other exploring game too. The other, I don't even know what the other one is. I'd have to even look. I don't know. There was another one that they had that I was playing, and that one I probably still have active, but I mean, I haven't been on there in forever. So, okay. So Clash of Clans, and then Boom Beach. But yeah, I mean, I still have the WoW app on here. For World of Warships, or for World of Warcraft too. And so, Boom Beach. Yeah, Boom Beach is another one. It's another one by the same guys. It's just, it's more of I think it's kind of the same thing. So I did play Clash Royale. That one's been deleted off my phone. I haven't played that for a while. So, I mean, I prefer not to play the stuff on the phone. I mean, if I'm going to do it, I'll play like Euchre, some cribbage. I'll do some of the stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, there's games out there, but yeah, you'll have to message me sometime. I'll have to figure out if there's something we can play. But boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. And my ending one is a little bit longer. We're going to do the FN. Shoot, I don't know which one's the newer one. Through 28, I guess. Wait, we're at 31, so we're going to play this one. And then, so this will have some of the thumbnails for the critical bricks, and we'll see everybody over there. Link is in the description. Something is whacked out. Something is not working.